Good morning from an ominously gray Glendalough. So I am headed to Wicklow town today, and I'm going to walk out to Wicklow Head, which is the point on the mainland Republic of Ireland that is easternmost. So I've been to the northernmost, which is Malin Head. I've been to the southernmost that you can get to, which is Mizzen Head. And I've been to the westernmost, which starts with a D, and I can't remember where it is, but it's in Dingle. And so I want to check off the last cardinal direction in the Republic today, since I'm so close. So the bus system that runs from Glendalough out of Glendalough is really slim. So there's one bus that comes, I think, like once a day, and it goes up to Dublin. It's a pretty direct server, so I'm going to plan to take that when I leave on Tuesday. And then there's a bus that goes I think it's 3 or 4 times a day to Wicklow and to other places around here. It's like this one route that goes back and forth. And the times to leave are 7:55 and then noon. And then coming back, I can come back at 11:30 or 2:45, and then the next time is 6:30 p.m. So I figured I'd do the 7:55 and maybe try to come back on the 11:30 unless I the weather shapes up or I'm find something to do, and then I might stage it to 2:30. But it gives me enough time to play with, but not feel like I'm stuck somewhere, hopefully. We'll see. I might eat my words. It's supposed to rain today, but more intermittent showers than just pour. So it's already starting to sprinkle a little bit, but let's hope that's accurate. We'll see. So there's 2 big tourist routes in Ireland. Glendalough is part of this Ireland's Ancient East. They started promoting this I don't know, maybe 5 years ago or something like that, maybe a little bit longer, but it hasn't taken on quite as much as the Wild Atlantic Way has. But you can see here's these walled gardens that I've never heard of. I've heard of the National Stud. Wicklow's historic goal I've only heard of recently. The one everybody knows of is in Dublin. Rossbar House, never heard of that. Powers Court Estate is everybody knows that. There's also a waterfall named Powers Court. Kilrudy House and Gardens. Avoca Mill, the mill at Avoca, I've actually been there. Mount Usher Gardens, National Botanic Gardens in Kilmacura, and Avondale House in Forest Park. These are just some of the ones that are close by here, so it just tells you how long it would take to get there. So they really try to kind of promote all the sites that they've kind of clumped together. But this site, Glendalough, is probably one of the more famous ones. And honestly, when you look at the weather like this in this area, it kind of makes sense why ancient peoples would think that there's something, I don't know, holy or mystical or important about this place. Okay, the one weird thing about the way that this place is set up compared to any other tourist location I've ever been in is that the only thing you have to pay an admission fee for is the visitor center. Not the bathrooms in the visitor center. You can go there. It's literally just their exhibit. That's it. But you can go see all the ruins and everything, and totally 100% free. So I'm not quite sure how much money they make or why this is the setup. It would seem if the ruins were owned by the government, that they would put this under some national trust, and then you'd have to pay to go in there. But so here's a look at all the hikes that you can do in this area. So I'm staying right over here, and I did the white route yesterday, and then also the orange one. The blue one is the one that went off into the woods, and so is the red one, so I don't think I really need to do that. I might do this part of the gray one. I've done the green one. I did that the first day, and then I might go do just this little loopy right here by the waterfall. So maybe tomorrow, depending on the weather, but yeah. Hello, I am in Wicklow, and I am wearing 3 jackets right now. So hopefully my torso stays dry and warm, because I'm wearing 3 jackets. So I'm walking out. I'm just at the edge of town. That's the downtown area. This is the old jail. It's called a gaol. And It's the one that I just showed you in the ancient East tourism thing earlier. So not going to go there. But I think it's about a 2-mile walk each way, or 1.5, 2 miles each way to get to the lighthouse. Unsure if you can actually go all the way out to the point. I've read conflicting things. So I'm going to see how far I can get, and I'll take you along. There we go. That's what's theoretically going to take me all the way out to. So this is the loop rock. This is the plan. I'm gonna be right here. I'm right here right now, right there in the parking lot, and I'm gonna walk along the cliff here, and then theoretically, I'm gonna be able to go out to wait, what's that? Bride's Head. And be able to go out to Wicklow Head, which is there, which is a little off the map. Okay, so drenchedness update. First layer is fully saturated on top. I definitely think it's already into layer number 2, so Godspeed to me. My shoes have already, are just not waterproof anymore. You can see they just absorb water now. So they are already starting to feel damp on the inside. And I've just decided to forego rain pants because legs dry quicker. So I might change my mind if it gets really windy and I start freezing, but that's where we're at for now. Also, if the plants become so overgrown that I just don't want them to touch me, then I will put on my rain pants, but wish me luck. Okay, so there's too much foliage and overgrowth, so I decided it was rain pants time. There are these little overpasses, which are kind of a godsend. That's where I'm standing right now. But yeah, it's definitely raining. Lovely. They say if you don't like the weather in Ireland, wait. Yeah, like 5 minutes ago it was pouring on me, and now this is what I have. Don't worry, it will change again. Like, I have no delusions to think that the rain is over, but it's funny. See, everybody says that this coastal walk is a little sketchy when it's not like a beautiful sunny day, and even then you have to be super careful because like the path is this, but Southwest Coast Path. I can do this. This is nothing. This is like easy compared to that, some of those sections. So, I mean, there's some rocks. You definitely have to be careful when it's wet, which is right now. But yeah, like that's not a far drop compared to some of the drops I was walking next to. So, yeah. It's a seal in the water. You see it? Its little head. Oh, hello, seal. Hello. More seals. See the little heads bobbing in the water? Hey, seal. There it is, Wicklow Head, the easternmost point in the Republic of Ireland. The ferns are haunting me at this point. I just can't get away from them. Sheep. Haven't seen many sheep on this trip so far. I have a feeling that's about to change when I go out west, but here's some. So look how wet I am. Like, my shoes are wet. They're squishy. And it's solely because of the ferns. Like, it hasn't rained in a bit, and I was like almost completely dry. And then all these ferns that have collected water, and they're just like shoulder or like even above my head in some places. I think I might add this to the list of things that make me claustrophobic. Currently the list includes window seats on airplanes exclusively. So, well, it seems, as I was fearing, is accurate. Yeah, it's now private property, so you can't actually walk all the way out to the tip there. So those pictures and this moment are the closest I'm going to get to the actual point, but I feel like it counts because I got as far as one can get without trespassing on private property. Yeah, so it says no access for unauthorized persons right over there. And then it says that there's a camera, and that's definitely a camera in operation up there. So I will not be trespassing on land in a foreign country. However, I'm also not walking back through the fern jungle. So I think I'm just gonna follow this road out to the main road that I was walking on, Dunbar, or whatever it's called, and I'm gonna go that way because this is not for me. This rain. There's the lighthouse, which is just shy of the point. Walking down this road, and we're gonna head back to Wicklow, or head to Wicklow. It's only about 10 o'clock, so I think the next bus doesn't come until, I want to say, like 11:30, 11:45. So I'm gonna double check on that, but walk around town a little bit, maybe get some coffee, maybe get a couple souvenirs. Yeah. This right here is why Ireland is so green. Just gotta tell you something. Gotta pay the price for the green beauty. More sheep. Hello, sheepies. You know, Ireland in the sun, blue sky, sun. Ooh, there's a raindrop on my scooter. Ireland in the blue sun, in the blue sky and bright sun is beautiful. This is Ireland. This is like, there's no surprise when this is what I experience here. Like, there's something about it that, like, unless I get this at least one day, it's not Ireland. So, I'm currently hunkered down behind this like bramble bush because it's a little bit of protection. It is pelting, like almost hail, but not quite hail. So me and the stinging nettle are playing a very dangerous game together here while I wait for this to blow over a little bit because this is absurd. Apparently I spoke too soon in that last little bit. Update. We're back to normal rain. And my shoes are essentially puddles. Like, I can feel the water squelching in there. So this is my road walk back to town, where I am hopefully gonna pop in a shop or two and then head back to Glendalough and get dry. Well, I just stopped on the side of the road to wring out my socks, so that was fun. Still very squelchy. You know, I almost brought a pair of my Birkenstocks today. I was like, you know, just in case I need them or if my shoes start rubbing or something. And I was like, no, you're not really hiking. Don't bring any of that stuff. Clearly I brought them because, well, my feet would be wet. They wouldn't be in shoes wet, which is always preferable to me. So, it is what it is. That was very loud. This Wicklow town has an interesting juxtaposition. There's like some houses that are like that super bright color that certain places in Ireland are known for, and then others are just like very drab. It's interesting. See? Don't like the weather? Wait. Well, this is the center of Wicklow town, which is the capital of Wicklow County. Not very big, very cute. Apparently we're still in rural enough Ireland because it's Sunday and almost everything is closed. But pride flags, that's cool. That's an interesting collection of services. Coffee, hair, and tattoos. It says 1866, the first successful cable across the Atlantic. And then it says 1869, French Atlantic cable, longest in the world. 1870, Suez to Bombay, Madras to Java. 1871, Java to Australia. 1873, Madeira to Pernambuco, and others. Total 23,000 miles. And apparently the person who was responsible for that was Robert C. Halpin, born in Wicklow. Okay, well, I'm waiting for the bus. It's probably supposed to be here in like 10 minutes or something. They didn't have a lot of what I wanted. For some reason, I don't think bourbon creams are as popular here as I thought they were. There's that chocolate sandwich cookie that I like. They're super popular in England, and I've had them here before, like they exist. It's just apparently in the last handful of years they've gotten less popular. So I got some digestive biscuits instead, which sounds really healthy, but they're not. They're a cookie. And trying to figure out what I want. Groceries are so expensive here. I think, well, one, inflation everywhere, but also two, like the euro and the dollar is kind of on the same mark. So things are like pretty much priced like they are in the US, which I'm not used to. So yeah, onward. And we're back to Glendalough with much better weather. So I think I'm gonna go back to the hostel, try to dry off a little bit. I'm still wet everywhere, like my shoes are still puddles. Definitely try to get my shoes somewhere that they can dry in the next day or so. And then maybe switch to my Birkenstocks and go on a short little walk. I'm just walking up to Larg and look, little sheepies. More in that field. The flag choices are interesting. Not an Irish flag in sight, but it's like a tweed and woolen mills and gifts shop, and then above is a restaurant. The restaurant's closed. Peculiar. So I walked to the village. I was right, there's like nothing there. It's a hotel with a like restaurant pub attached, a couple of weird shops, convenience store, gas station, and a restaurant. So, oh, 1 second. Sorry, there's a thorn stabbing me. So, I did find my bourbon creams. So, kudos to that random convenience store where the actual like grocery store in the capital city in the county didn't have. And I decided I needed ice cream. So this is essentially the same ice cream that goes in the 99 and the same flake. It has incredibly fake chocolate syrup on it and there's no cone. So 7.5, same as always. Well, this is certainly a building that's been reclaimed by nature. Just right on the side of this road. Sometimes I see buses like that and I'm like, how much easier would it be if I just traveled that way? And like I've done day trips on those, but like they have like multi-day trips and stuff like that, but like so many people. And you're so limited to what you can see. Like it's only where you can get a giant bus like that. So I don't know. I think it's good that I travel the way I do now, but sometimes I'm like, oh, mindless travel. What a concept. Somebody copy pasted the exact same man over and over again. Like they're all like just sitting in the same pose. Also, the parking lot is full, which means this place is bustling. There's so many of those like teenager groups too. And now the like tourism buses are rolling in too. So time for me to go hide away from here, away from where the buses can get to.